Hello guys! Today's video is all about income taxation. And in this lecture video, we actually tackle two topics. First is the methods of accounting in reporting income and expenses. And the second is the cycles of income taxation. So without further ado, we now tackle the first topic. Methods of accounting in reporting income and expenses. So there are five methods. Um, Under the principal method, we have two kinds, the cash and the accrual method. And under the special method, we have three kinds. The first, the installment basis. Second, the deferred payment sales. And third, the percentage of completion in long-term contracts. So under the principal method, we have, as aforementioned, the cash method and the accrual method. So under the cash method, the first kind of principal method is income, profits, and gains earned are not included in the gross income until it is received, and expenses are not deducted until it is paid. And in the cash method, income is earned when there is actual cash collected, and then expenses is incurred when there is actual cash that is being paid or dispersed. So under the accrual method, income, profits, and gains are included in the gross income when earned, whether received or not, and expenses are allowed as deductions when incurred, although not yet paid. So it is the right to receive and not the actual receipt that determines the inclusion of the amount in the gross income. And expenses are accrued when fixed in a determinable amount. So under the accrual method, um, accounts payable, accounts receivables are actually included in the gross income. However, in the cash method, these accounts are not recognized and not included in the um, recording or reporting of income and expenses. So we now proceed to the special methods, which is composed of three methods. First is the installment basis. Second, the deferred payments. Third is the percentage of completion. So under the first kind, installment, which is the installment basis, so the taxpayer reports as income only a part of the gross profit from the sale of the installment plan equivalent to that proportion of the installments received every year. So stated briefly, income recorded is only part of the gross profit in proportion of the installments received by the seller. So it is reported or computed in the following manner. So installment received multiplied by the gross profit over the contract price. The second type of special method is the deferred payment. So deferred payment is only applicable when the initial payments exceed 25% of the 25% of the selling price. So income is reported during the year of sale is the difference between the contract or the selling price and the cost of the property, even though the entire purchase price has not actually been received in the year of sale. So initial payments include the payment received in cash or in property during the taxable year of the disposition of the property. Under the third kind of special method is the percentage of completion. This is actually applicable only for long-term contracts, such as building, installation, or construction contracts covering a period in excess of 1 year. So income is reported for tax purposes on the basis of percentage of the completion of the project. So gross income, although not yet received, will be based on the estimates of architects or engineers duly certified by them, and is reported in a taxable year. And all deductions relating to such gross income for the taxable year, even if not yet paid, are taken into account. So we now go to the second part of, or the second topic of our lecture, lecture lecture, which is the situs of income. So in summary, when income is derived through interest, the situs is the residency of the debtor. When income is derived from dividends, the situs is the residence of the corporation. When income is derived from services performed, the situs is the actual place of performance. And when there is income from rentals, the situs is the location of the property. When there is income from royalties, the situs is the place of use or the exercise. And when there is a sale of real property, the situs is the location of the realty. So when there is a sale of personal property, it shall be treated as derived entirely from sources within the country in which it is sold. An exception of this is that share of stocks of the domestic corporations, the situs of which is the place of incorporation. So that ends our lecture video, and I hope that you have enjoyed the whole lecture. Thank you.